Hey there. Just going to make sure we are all set. Mic is on. All right. We are doing some FAQs today for the Fierce Calm Project. I'm so excited to talk with you about this a little bit today. I'm going to give you a little tour. In fact, while I'm waiting for people to join in here, let me just make sure we're all set. How is everybody doing this morning or this afternoon? It just switched over to afternoon here. I'm in Kansas City. All right. All right. So what I wanted to do today, first of all, is answer a few questions about the Fierce Calm Project since it's brand new. I've just launched it. And some of you are familiar with coaching and online programs. Some of you aren't. So what the other thing I want to do is give you a little tour and let you peek inside and just see what it looks like. And then you'll have a little bit of a better idea of what's happening behind the scenes. So actually, why don't we start with the tour? We're going to wait for a few more people to join. I know people are coming in. Just a note, you will see there's a little file folder with a Q on it. If you have a question, please click that Q and you'll be able to type in a question, and I'm going to answer everything that comes in while we're live today. And be sure everything gets answered. So type in your questions. If you have any questions for me while we're live, I would love to answer them. Make sure you have all of the information to make the best decision for you about whether or not to join the Fierce Calm Project. I'll be honest, it's not for everybody. I get that. And I'm not here to just say, this is for everybody, because it's not. I'm not for everybody. This program is not going to be for everybody. But I do want you to get a good idea of what's going on and what it looks like so that you can make a great decision. If it is for you, I promise you, this is some really powerful, transformative work, and I don't want you to miss it. So, okay, first thing, I'm going to share my screen and give you just a little tour of the Fierce Calm Project so that you can see it. All right, so this is what it looks like when you first log in. This is a little welcome video here that's actually going to get updated. My video editor is working on some stuff for me, and right now we're in the founding members promotional period. So if you join in the month of January, I will repeat this later. If you join during the month of January, you get the founding members discount, which is $59 per month. You lock that rate in for life. So this video here is specifically talking to those of you who join in the month of February, those of you who are founding members. That's all going to get updated. But anyway, this is the welcome page. You'll see here, there's the Ask Kelly feature is over here on the side. So this is kind of cool. We do have live coaching calls every single week, but if you either can't make a live coaching call or you would rather ask a question by writing in, or you just like the idea of being able to ask a question at any time, you don't want to wait for the next live coaching call, you can always come over here, click this button that says Ask Kelly. It's going to take you to a Google form that comes to me with your question. And what I'm going to do over here in the resources tab, there will be a place for all of the Ask Kelly answers. I'm going to answer some of them by typing out the answer. I'm going to answer some of them in video because I think that's kind of fun. But that will all be in the resources tab. So everybody will get to benefit from the questions that are posted there in Ask Kelly. Everybody will get to see that coaching and benefit from questions. If you have a question, chances are other people have the same question or a similar question or are dealing with something similar in their life. So that's going to be kind of a cool feature. This just launched here this past week. So then you see over here, here are the categories. And we've got the introductory modules. This is going to be live for everybody all the time. This is where I want everybody to start. So if I click in here, right now there are 5 of them. later today, videos 6 and 7 will go live. So there are 7 total. All 7 will be posted later today. When you click in each one of these, you see there's a video. They're not too long. This one's just under 12 minutes. I didn't want to make these 60-minute classes. Nobody's got time for that, right? So they're just all going to be like bite-sized chunks that are going to walk you through kind of the how-to, the foundational coaching that we use around here, some of the lingo, some of the tools, some of the techniques that we use in all of the coaching. What's great about this is that a lot of this you can take and run with. You'll be able to start self-coaching and applying this to your own life, to your own mind, to your own emotions immediately. So all 5 of those videos will be right in here. You'll see alongside here, there's also a place where you can download the worksheets. I don't have the worksheets laying right here with me, but there are worksheets that go along with each video. So you're going to watch the video, you're going to learn, but then you're going to download the worksheet and put this work into your life. You're going to apply this to what's going on for you. This is where we really start integrating it. It's one thing to understand this stuff. It's a whole other thing to live it. So all of these worksheets have been designed to help you take what you've just learned, apply it to your life so that you can start living it immediately, right? There's no transformation that just happens if we're taking in information and learning. We have to start living. So, all right, so that's video number 1. And then you'll see you can either click here where it says number 2, or you can go up here to the menu here, click number 2. This just takes you through the whole thing. There's the model, like this one's 13 minutes, 23 seconds. There's a couple downloads there, and you just progress through. So this is, like I said, this is where I want everybody to start, no matter when they join the program. The introductory modules will give them a really good foundation. So that is the introductory modules. Then you're going to see for every single month, there'll be a separate category. So January has just been the welcome. Everybody's brand new. I want everybody focusing on the introductory modules this month. So that's what we're doing in the month of January. February, we're going to focus on judgment. So you're going to see under here, there'll be a new little tab here that says February 2020 judgment. And there's going to be a whole separate category just for that. So for January, it's pretty simple. We've got our call calendar here. If you click on that, it takes you to the schedule for the month, all of the Zoom links so that you know how to easily access each of the live coaching calls. And then I post the replays here so that everybody who either did see it but wants to re-listen, or anybody who didn't make it live will be able to access those there. Now, you'll see here, like this first one that we did was a live coaching call. And then we did another one on Monday that was a class Q&A. Our next call is going to be what's called a model call. So there are 3 different formats for our live coaching calls here in the Fierce Calm project. And so the first one, live coaching. That is where anybody can bring anything that's on their mind, anything you're struggling with, anything you're wondering about, anything you have questions about, no matter what it is, bring those things to the live coaching call. And just like this webinar, you'll be able to either click that Q and type in the question, and I can talk to it from there and answer it from there, or there's a way for you to raise your hand and I can pull you on live and you can get coaching one-on-one with me live during those calls. What's awesome about that is that you get live one-on-one coaching. And when you're not being coached or when you're part of the group, you get to witness somebody else being coached. And I tell you, if you've never been able to kind of eavesdrop on a coaching session, it's really, really powerful to witness someone else being coached, because you're not in their story. You're not in their mind with, you're not struggling with that problem right now. So you're able to bring all of your perspective and all of that unbiased outsider, observation to that problem. And you're able to, like, the coaching lands really differently when you can observe it. So that's kind of cool. Then class Q&A. Okay, so that's the next format. Class Q&A, like I said, moving forward in February, we're going to be talking about judgment. There's going to be a whole class and worksheet and everything about that. So if there's any questions specific to judgment in February, that's where you would bring those questions, right? They're specific to the monthly topic. And then the last format is the model call. We use our handy dandy whiteboard there. We're going to go through model after model after model. I'm going to have everybody who's on the call, anybody who's willing to bring their model work to the call, and we're going to go, and you'll see this in intro video number 2 once you log in and understand the model if you're not familiar with it already. But we're going to go through all 5 categories of the model, the framework of the model, and really help people hone their technique with that tool. It's a simple tool, but there are a lot of nuances and subtleties to it. So it's just helpful to, again, come together as a group and talk through a whole bunch of different models with a whole bunch of different situations and a whole bunch of different people and emotions and results, and just see what's going on there. So that is kind of what these will also be. You'll see a February call calendar. You'll see the February call replays. That'll all be once we start getting going with each month. All right, and then the last one, this one's kind of cool. This is the resources tab. Like I said earlier, there's going to be a separate tab here for all of the answers to the Ask Kelly questions, where you'll be able to access either the written answers or the video answers, whatever that looks like. So that will be here. For now, I've started with the podcast vault, and this I'm pretty excited about. This is pretty cool. So one of my dear favorite clients came to me and she was like, listen, I'm all in, right? I'm a client. I love the podcast. I listen every week. She knows that I do a worksheet with every episode of the podcast. And she's like, I just want access to all of the worksheets. I just want them to live in one place. And I got to thinking, I was like, that's a really good idea. There's a lot of people who listen to the podcast week after week who want to just access all of that work. They want to be able to scroll through and see, okay, here's what I'm working on right now, or here's what I'm struggling with right now. Here's what I have a question about right now. They wanted to be able to scroll through and just have it all right in front of them. So I bring you the podcast vault. This is where each episode of the podcast is listed out so you can see exactly what it's about. And then when you click on this link, it just takes you directly to the worksheet. You don't have to enter in your email. You don't have to wait for the email to come with the worksheet. You just get it right away. So, and this goes all the way through. I need to update this with today's episode number 50 action. So that will be coming. But yes, you'll be able to access all of that right there, which I'm pretty excited about. So that is a little tour of the Fierce Calm project. I wanted, like I said, to just give you a sneak peek there so that you could see what that looked like on the inside and just understand a little bit more about it. So let's go to some of your questions. All right, first question. How long is the founding members pricing good? Okay, so founding members pricing is valid until January 31st. Starting February 1st, that price is going to go up to $97 a month. If you join in January, you lock in the $59 per month rate for as long as you stay in the program. All right, so it'll be $59 a month. If you join today, January 15th, you'll get charged $59 today, and then automatically each month on the 15th, you'll get charged for the next month. So $59 per month, founding members discount, that's valid through the end of January. But if you know you're going to join, why wait, right? If you know you're going to join now, and you can start doing this work, right? You can start accessing the introductory modules. You can join us. We've got 2 live calls still coming up, and you've got the live call replays from the past couple of weeks that are already up and there for you to listen to. So that is the founding members discount, and hopefully that answers that question. All right, next question. How much homework is there? Okay, this is a good question too. What I love about this question, how much homework is there is that you already kind of know there's some work involved here, right? How much homework is involved? I would say every day, 5 to 10 minutes. I don't want you spending much more than that. I don't think, and you'll see again in introductory module number 2, you're going to see what that daily homework is and what that looks like and what I'm asking for you to dig into every single day. So that should take 5 to 10 minutes every day. So I think that's the daily, consistent, stay close to this work, stay committed to this work. You're here because you're interested in transforming anxiety. You're interested in having a different relationship with your life, right? You're interested in having a different experience of not only anxiety and stress and overwhelm and worry, but just your life overall, I'm guessing, right? So if you are committed to that, if you're committed to your own transformation, be willing to spend 5 or 10 minutes every day to that end, right? That's not a big ask. On top of that, there is, of course, the monthly topic. So I would say, to get through all of the introductory modules, just to watch the videos would probably take you an hour or so. Now, to go through all of the worksheets and to really do the worksheets the way that you're going to want to do them so that you're really applying this and integrating this into your life, it's probably going to take a couple hours. So I would be willing, you don't have to do it all in one fell swoop. You don't have to sit down and buckle down for 2 hours. You can do half an hour here. You can do a worksheet there, however that feels best to you. But I would say 5 to 10 minutes per day, every day, I would be willing to listen to the monthly topic, that video, pretty much at the start of the month so that you know what we're up to, and at least start digging into that worksheet and that homework. And then, of course, we have one live coaching call every single week. I keep those to exactly an hour. So if you want to watch all of those, if you want to attend all of those live, that would be, 4 hours or so per month. There's 4 weeks in the month. But do with that as you wish. You don't have to attend all of the calls live. You don't have to watch all of the replays. So that's kind of one of those, like, you get to invest as much as you want to invest, right? Time-wise. You get to commit as much as you want to commit. I can tell you this, the people who go all in, the people who are willing to spend that 5 or 10 minutes every single day are the ones who will get the most out of it for sure, right? So this isn't a magic bullet or whatever. Signing up will not give you a transformation. Signing up and doing the work will give you a transformation. So that is what I have to say about homework. I hope that answers that one. All right, next question is my goals. Let me just read through this here. Okay, basically this question is saying, my goals seem like they're out of reach. All right. Let's talk about this. So I'm guessing the reason that you're here, the reason that you're interested, the reason that you're curious about the Fierce Calm Project is because you're really struggling with anxiety, right? You're really coming up against the experience and this like discomfort of anxiety, and you're really determined and committed to finding a way to shift that experience, right? That is my guess. So I was just rereading this to make sure I'm getting the gist of this. If you're really committed to that, right? I don't believe there's any goal that's out of reach this way. And I will tell you this, the framework of the model, which is the foundational tool that we use around here, will show you exactly how and why I believe this to be so true. There are no goals that are out of our reach. My guess is that your goal is to feel something other than anxiety. And when you see how we start stepping through all of these coaching tools and really applying these coaching techniques, you're going to see that that goal is not only reasonable, that goal is absolutely something that can be expected sooner than later. All right. So we're going to talk a lot in the Fierce Calm Project about things like habits. We're going to talk about things like emotions. We're going to talk about things like the actions that you're taking. We're going to talk about the holistic approach to this. Things like, what are you eating? Are you moving your body? What do your relationships look like? How about work? What about finances? All of that stuff plays into this, right? We can't just do one thing in one avenue of our life. If you just eat salads, you're not going to be the happiest and healthiest person ever, right? If you just meditate, same thing, right? It takes like all of the things. And that's what we are here to do. We're going to do a little bit of all of the things. You're going to make this unique to you. This is your experience. This has been your struggle. And you're going to take what you're learning here and make this unique to you. Your goals are not out of reach. And especially if your goal is to shift your experience of anxiety. Quick sidebar here. The reason I do this work, right? The reason I coach people around anxiety and have been coaching since 2012, the reason I started this membership program is because this is my struggle, right? Anxiety is not something just random that I chose. Anxiety has been the path that I have walked, and the transformation that I have realized for myself, that I have created, that I have lived, that I am living, is what I'm teaching you in this program, right? If you want a different, better feeling way to deal with things like anxiety and stress and overwhelm and worry, you are in the right place. This is exactly the place to be. I am teaching you exactly all of the things that I have used in my own transformation to create my own transformation. So I don't want you to think that your goals are out of reach. I don't want you to think I haven't been there. I have exactly been there. That's why I do this work. So hopefully that answers the goal questions. All right, here's another good question. I'm just going to summarize some of these. I'm not going to read the whole thing for everybody, but I like this one. What if it doesn't work? All right, let's get into this. Here's what I can tell you for sure. The Fierce Calm Project doesn't work. It's probably not what you thought I was going to say, right? Just like, picture if you want a clean house. I use the analogy of a home and a house and treating our minds and managing our minds and cleaning up our minds, very similar to the work that we do around our house, right? So if you want clean floors and you go out and buy a vacuum cleaner and you're looking at all the vacuum cleaners and you're like, I want to know which one works, right? That's the vacuum cleaner I want, is the one that works. So you choose one and you bring it home and middle of the living room. Does that vacuum cleaner work? No. Right? Now, I almost guarantee you that any brand new vacuum cleaner that you choose, if you bring it home, plug it in, turn it on, and use it, it absolutely does work, right? So when I'm asked, and I've been asked this a lot about my one-on-one coaching program too, does it work? And I always say this, no, it does not work. The program does not work. Worksheets do not work. Videos do not work. Books do not work. You learn this stuff. You take everything that you're going to learn here and you do the work. You start applying it. You print out all of the worksheets and you start writing. You start really getting into your mind. You start really understanding your emotions. You start looking at your actions and seeing, like, what am I up to here? Where am I taking actions I don't want to be taking? And where am I not taking actions that I do want to be taking, right? You start digging in. Then you start looking at the results in your life and you see, like, okay, the bank account, the job, the house, the weight, any result that you have in your life, right? You look at all of that and you say, okay, this is mine. This is mine to own. This is mine to take responsibility for. This is mine to be accountable to. And you start doing the work. So I'm going to give you everything I know. I'm going to give you all of the tools that I have used. I'm going to give you all of the tools that I still use in my life daily. I'm going to give you everything that has aided my transformation in any way, shape, or form. Hopefully, most of it resonates with you. Some of it won't, right? You can check that part. But the base, to really answer this question, you do the work. There's no amount of watching videos or printing off worksheets or joining programs that will create a transformation for you. What will create a transformation is committing yourself and going all in. And that is how this program works. Okay? Sound good? I say that with so much love. So much love. All right. Okay, this is another good one. This one's been in a few different programs. She's tried a few different things before, but some of it, okay. This kind of gets down to like how practical is this work versus how new age or woo is this work? Okay, I really like this question. This really speaks to the life coaching industry, the self-help industry, the self-development industry. The truth of the matter is there's a lot out there, right? We have really gotten turned on to emotional well-being and mental well-being and emotional and mental health. And, I envision like 10, 20, 30 years ago, if you told people that you had a chiropractor and a yoga teacher and a nutritionist and a personal trainer, and like if you listed all of these people, right, they would be like, what is going on with you? 30 years ago, it would have been weird to hire so many people to help you take care of your physical health. Nowadays, it's not uncommon to find people who have hired 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different professionals to help them in some avenue of their physical health, right? They're hiring a professional and they're basically saying, I need some help with my back, right? I need some help with my diet. I need some help with how I'm working out at the gym. And they're hiring professionals to help them take care of their personal or their physical health. My vision and what we're kind of seeing happening now is that people are really getting turned on to the idea that mental and emotional health cannot be ignored, right? Those are not things that we can forget about or just like hope that it goes okay. In fact, what I believe is that if you have your mental and emotional health and well-being on track, right? If that's something that you're taking care of and if that's something that you're paying attention to, a lot of that other stuff happens to just fall into place, right? It's not that you don't need to go to the chiropractor. It's not that you maybe don't want to hire a nutritionist to work with or a yoga teacher, but it's like when this part is taken care of, a lot of that stuff falls into line pretty easily. So where I'm going with this is that my hope, my vision is that moving forward, people are going to add the term life coach to the list of professionals that they've hired to help them take care of themselves and help them become the highest, best, healthiest version of themselves. That pretty soon people will say, oh yeah, I've got the chiropractor, I've got the yoga teacher, I've got the personal trainer, I've got the nutritionist, I've got the life coach. Like, this is my team, this is my village. These are the people that I rely on and the people that I talk to consistently in order to be the best version of myself that I possibly can be, right? So all of that said, there's a lot of woo out there. And I like a little bit of woo as much as the next person. I always think about, there's a lot of teachers that have gone before me who have a very new age, arguably kind of fluffy, very woo, mystical approach to self-help and self-betterment and self-understanding, right? And there's a lot of that out there. And I don't think it's a bad thing. For me, now I come into this work, my background is in engineering. I'm an electrical engineer by degree, and I worked many years in corporate America as an electrical engineer and in program management. I come into coaching and emotional and mental health from a very analytical, practical, pragmatic perspective. When somebody tells me, okay, now you just have to allow and accept your feelings, I want to know how. Give me the step-by-step process. How do I do that? I understand that I'm supposed to do that. I understand that that seems like something that would help me process all of this anxiety or all of this stress or all of this worry. How do I do it? Right? So one of the things that I aim to do, and you've seen this on the podcast if you've been listening to the podcast, but this you're going to see throughout the Fierce Calm Project. I have made everything step by step. I have processes for everything. I want to bring as much practicality and pragmatism and analytical thinking to our self-help and our self-development and our self-understanding as I possibly can. Because I don't want to wait for a miracle. I don't want to wait for some aha moment or a bolt of lightning to just make everything make sense. I want to create this for myself. I want to be in charge of my own transformation. And in order for me to do that, I needed to develop step-by-step processes and systems for how we're going to walk through all of this work, right? I didn't want us to just be waiting for a miracle. So I say all of that. Hopefully that answers your question, that this isn't a, then you're going to feel your feelings and just get back to me when you're done with that. I don't want to ever leave you questioning. I don't want to ever leave you wondering how or why or what next. I want to prepare you and arm you and give you everything that I can give you so that you know exactly none of this is a mystery. That's my goal, is to make this as what's the right word? I'm going to demystify this process as much as possible. I don't want you to be wondering. All right. So I'm heavy on the practicality. I love a little bit of woo mixed in. I'm not going to lie. Like, we talk about energy. We're going to talk about some of that. We're going to talk about meditation. We're going to talk about breath work. And I know for some people that gets a little bit woo. I know for some people that talking about emotions, talking about feelings feels a little bit woo. That's an important part of the process. And I promise you, I'm going to make it as practical as I possibly can. Okay. If I wasn't turned off by it, I hope that means that you're not turned off by it. I've taken everything that I thought was a little too touchy-feely, a little too out there, a little too mystical, and I've stripped that out. We didn't need any of that stuff, if you ask me. So I hope that answers that question. Right back in if anybody has any follow-up questions, or if that didn't really get to the heart of it. All right, next one. I'm hesitant to spend money on myself. I get this. I know in my audience, I have a lot of parents. I have a lot of working parents who look around at the house. They look at the kids. They look at the mortgage. They look at the bills. They look at the vacations. They look at the activities for the kids. And they say, how can I possibly make room for this? How can I make room? Maybe it's not only just financially, but also time-wise for myself. Right? I've got so much I need to do over here. I've got so much that needs to be paid. I've got so much to do, right? And I kind of answered this earlier in the homework question, that I'm not aiming to, this shouldn't take you an hour a day. I think it could. And I think that's a beautiful thing if that's what you want. But I think in 5 or 10 minutes a day, consistently, you can create huge change for yourself, right? That is what a transformation is built upon: consistency, not 24/7, 365. So now let's talk about the money part. The reason that I am so excited about the Fierce Calm Project, one of the reasons I'm excited about this Fierce Calm Project for so many reasons. One of the things that really makes me happy about this is that one-on-one private life coaching with a certified coach who knows what he or she is doing is not cheap, right? And I was getting to the point where the demand for my time, the demand for one-on-one coaching was outpacing what I could provide. And one answer to that question is to keep raising your rates. Another answer to that question is to meet people where they're at and offer a group program. So what I love about the Fierce Calm Project is that you get all of the benefits of one-on-one coaching. You get all of this great content. You get a ton of videos and a ton of support. We've got, actually, I didn't tell you this yet. I'm going to give you a surprise sneak preview in just a moment. You get one-on-one access to me either by writing into Ask Kelly or by showing up live on coaching calls. You get all the benefits of one-on-one coaching for seriously a fraction of the price. So this founding members discount is super exciting to me because I just think for $59 a month, it's a no-brainer. If you're at all interested in the world of coaching, this is the smallest barrier to entry that you're going to find. It's so exciting because of that. It feels so good to offer a $59 founding members rate because I know it's a steal. It is a great deal. Now that's going to go up to $97 in February. At $97 a month, it still feels so amazing because a coach, one session with a coach is usually upwards of $100, $200, $300. So you're meeting, once a week, maybe with a coach. This is hundreds, thousands of dollars a month that people pay for private one-on-one coaching. And this program and this group experience gives us a way to do that in such a more economical way. So I know there's a lot of people out there who've been interested in coaching, who've kind of hung out with the idea of coaching and have wanted to pursue it, but have been really hesitant because spending a few $1,000s on themselves not only didn't feel good, but literally wasn't in the budget. There was just no way that was going to happen. So $59 a month, sign up now, right? Get it out of the way so that you lock in that rate. You lock in that rate as long as you stay in the program. So February, March, if you stay in the program for years, it'll always be $59 for you. So that feels really good. I hope that feels like a good answer for you. It goes up in February, like I said, so just do it now. Okay, I told you I was going to give you a little sneak preview, and then we're going to wrap this up. Sneak preview is, I've been working behind the scenes on the forum. We're going to have an online, it's going to be like a Facebook group, but I don't know about you. I needed another Facebook group like I needed another hole in my head. I just was not interested in participating in or moderating or leading a Facebook group. Facebook just did not excite me that way. And I know for a lot of us, anxiety is not something that we want to talk about with our friends and with our family. We don't want it to be out there on Facebook. So I think for a lot of people, it made a lot of sense to bring that community aspect into a private forum. So when you log in, and maybe not today, this is coming. Everybody who is a member of the Fierce Calm Project is going to get access to our Fierce Calm community, which is a private online forum, much like a Facebook group where we can interact with each other. We can write back and forth to each other. We can have ongoing dialogue and conversations there, but it's separate from Facebook. It's private. It just feels a little bit more upscale because it's not Facebook. You don't have to worry about posting something on Facebook that you didn't want everybody to see and that you meant to go into this private group. So we're avoiding all of the Facebook nonsense. We're just going to bring it to our private forum. So that is coming. We're still working out all the details of that, but it is coming and it will be live by the end of January, 100%. I'm hoping it's up here in the next week. So just know that's an additional perk that is coming. And again, like you get the forum, you get the monthly topic, you get the introductory modules, you get weekly live coaching calls, you have your daily assignment, and there's going to be so much more coming. I have so many ideas. There's a few things that are already in the works, bonus material wise, things like anxious over drinking, things like anxious habits, things like anxiety around work, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you're in corporate America or whether you work for a smaller, more of like a mom and pop kind of, company. We're going to have anxious workplace module. So all of that's going to be coming. When you're a member, you get all of it for free. So the public will be able to buy into some of that stuff, but Fierce Calm members will get it all for free and you'll get it all first. I'm super excited. All right. I think that answers most of the questions. A lot of these are kind of similar. So I'm going to send out a replay for this. You'll be able to access the replay and watch all of this back. And if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can hit reply to any of my emails and find, answer or ask any questions that way. You can find me on Instagram at Kay Hanlon McCormick. You can send me a DM. I will reply to all of them. I promise you. So I hope to see you inside. I hope this was helpful, and I cannot wait to get started with you in the Fierce Calm Project. Have a wonderful afternoon, and I will see you soon.